Hi everybody, welcome to another installment of Acorn Internet Services Educational Bytes. Today we're going to talk about how to set up a Google Alert. Google Alerts are a way that you can set up email notifications about specific topics that will come up in the Google results. So for a business, this can be a great way to do reputation management by checking your name and having an alert sent to you when your business name is mentioned, so that if you get a review or somebody talks about you on the internet in any way, that you can respond to it, or if it's something that you don't want to see on the internet, see if you can get it removed. It's also a good way to make sure that your name is put up correctly on the internet. So if you have, say your name is Fairhaven Inn Bed and Breakfast, but for some reason, a lot of times it's listed as Fairhaven B&B or something like that, and you just want to make sure that it doesn't get listed like that all the time, you can set up an alert for that phrase, and then if it ever gets posted out on Google, you can go out and try to fix it. And there's also other things that you can do, such as follow up on events and things in your area, so that when you're writing blog posts and social media postings, you'll have a lot of information to talk about in your social media postings. All right, so let's go ahead and just pop right in here and we will see how this works. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to actually sign into Google. And then you're going to go up here to the upper left-hand corner, and after google.com, put a slash and the word alerts. That simple. Hit enter. And you'll get this page with this blue bar, and then it'll have probably information about you. If you have a Google Plus page and things like that, it'll be listed. And then they do alert suggestions. So these are just companies and celebrities and things like that that you can follow if you're interested in hearing about them. So what you'll want to do is, the first thing you want to do is create an alert. So I'm just going to create an alert for my fictional Fairhaven Inn Bed and Breakfast. So this is the name of the fictional business. Now, you'll notice that right away you get an alert preview, which means that you'll get information that Google thinks has relevance to your alert title here. Then you'll also see things like, there are no recent results for your query, which of course makes sense because this isn't a real bed and breakfast. But then they'll give you some options about what might be coming up and the different options that you have for getting alerts. So once you have typed in your phrase, click this Show Options button, and then you can decide a bunch of different things about your alert. You can decide how often to get it. So if you're talking about your name, you might want to do as it happens or once a day. If you're talking about sources, automatic means you'll get results from all of the different options here, or you can choose just news, just blogs, just web, etc. Language, you can choose the language you want to receive your alerts in. Where you want your alerts to come from, so it could be any region or the US or any other country. And then you can get only the best results or all results. So you can choose what you want to do. So you might want to start with all results, and then if you find you're getting a lot of, kind of irrelevant results, you could come back and change it to only the best. And then you just click Create Alert, and that will open up your alert. And then you can do, like, say Fairhaven Inn was in New Orleans. So we'll do New Orleans Bed and Breakfast. And that way you would then get alerts about New Orleans Bed and Breakfasts. And then let's say you wanted to get event information, so you might say New Orleans events. And then you can see here that, so don't miss these events in New Orleans area, and it gives the most recent events that are going on from the newspaper in New Orleans. So that's a really nice way to kind of keep up with what's going on. Now, if you're going to do something like that, do it at most once a day, maybe even just at most once a week, because you're going to get an awful lot of results for New Orleans events versus the name of your business in most cases. So let's go ahead and create the event. Once you've created your events, you can come to your settings, and that's this little gear icon right here on the right hand side, and you can click it. You can choose what time of day you receive your digest, which is basically you're going to get everything in a single email for all your alerts, which is really nice, instead of getting a bunch of different alerts all at once. And then you can choose to get that at most once a day or at most once a week, and then it'll be delivered to whatever email address you have chosen that is associated with your Google account. So you can have a drop down here and you can get it wherever you want to get it. All right, so then you'll click Save and you'll start getting your alerts at your email address that you've chosen. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me for today's Educational Byte by Acorn Internet Services, and have a great day.